Hello, my name is Christian Escobar, and welcome to my presentation. I will be talking about gorillas. So here's the table of contents. We're going to be learning about their genus and their subspecies. We're going to be learning about their physical attributes and characteristics. We're going to be learning about their diet, their habitat, reproduction, and we're going to be learning about how they're endangered. So they're associated with the genus gorilla. And there are two species of gorilla. There are Western gorilla and Eastern gorilla. So Western gorilla have two subspecies known as Western lowland gorillas and cross river gorillas, while Eastern gorillas have two subspecies as well. They're known as Eastern lowland gorillas and mountain gorillas. Some of the physical attributes associated with gorillas is that they tend to have this lump on their head. The front of this lump is called the sagittal, and the back of the lump is called the nuchal. So what this lump serves as is actually an anchor for their jaw muscles. So they need strong jaws to chew through fruit and leaves and the stems. So this serves as part of their diet. They have long arms, so the arms are longer than their legs. They have fur that covers most of the body. So if you look in the picture on the right, they don't have fur on their face. They don't have fur on their chest and some part of their abdominal area. They also walk on all fours. So they do something called knuckle walking. So when they crawl, they use their knuckles rather than their hands planted on the floor to walk. So this specific picture is Harambe. He was a gorilla in the Cincinnati Zoo. He died when a child fell into the enclosure. They had to kill him to save the child. So rest in peace, Harambe. So gorillas have fur, but they all differentiate in different ways. So Western gorillas, right here, the gorillas on the left hand side of the screen, they tend to have this brown hue on their fur, while Eastern gorillas or the gorillas on the right hand side, they have black fur. Mountain gorillas, they typically have longer hair out of the four. And if you also notice the mountain and cross river gorilla in these pictures, they don't have as a defined lump, maybe as the Western lowland gorilla right here. That is because these two are female. Females don't have as defined lump as males. When it comes to size, Eastern lowlands gorillas are the largest, and they're also known as the silverback. So the dominant males in the groups are known as silverbacks. They grow this gray hair on their back, hence their name silverback. And adult males weigh between 300 to 400 pounds, while females weigh around 200 pounds. If you look at the picture at the bottom right here, you can see this gorilla. He has very defined muscles, so you wouldn't want to come across one in the wild. In terms of diet, they're primarily herbivores. They eat leaves, fruits, and they acquire some protein from invertebrates found on leaves and fruit. So on the right hand side, on the top, you can see a gorilla eating a bamboo shoot. On the left hand side, you can see a gorilla eating leaves. So what the gorillas eat, you can see right here, they eat bamboo shoots, the invertebrates found on leaves and fruit. That could be ants, they could be termites, and they like to eat fleshy fruit. So if they're herbivores, why do they have fangs like carnivores? Well, these fangs serve for fighting purposes. So there's two silverbacks and they're fighting. They're going to show these teeth off, and they could probably bite each other with them, and it could get pretty gruesome. In terms of habitat, they typically live in the tropical forests of Africa. They live along the forest edges, but mountain gorillas are a little bit special because they live in cloud dense forest and high altitude. So they've actually adapted to live in this environment, and the fur shows it because since the fur is longer, it is typically more moist up there and lower temperature. So they adapted to the environment with longer fur. So they live in groups. Most groups contain one or two silverbacks, and there's typically around 15 members of the group. There could be one silverback and maybe around 10 female gorillas and children. Um, Silverbacks that could actually kill young males. That is because they don't want competition in the group. And silverbacks may fight for over females. So, and in the picture right here, you can see these gorillas. They're not silverbacks. They're fighting, but you can see their teeth, their fangs. They're showing them off, fighting each other. So in terms of reproduction, females don't reach maturity until 8 or 9 years old. They give birth after 8.5 months. They give birth 8.5 months after mating. So similar to us humans. Females can give birth again after 4 years. So the young are weaned by 3 years old. So that means that they go from breastfeeding to the regular diet. And between the ages of 7 to 10, gorillas go on their own ways. So they seek a new group, or maybe they go out on their own way to find a mate. What is sad about these gorillas is that they're endangered. So Western lowland gorillas and crossover gorillas, they're listed as critically endangered, and mountain and eastern lowland gorillas are listed as endangered. So if you look in the picture to the right, you can see here that they're endangered. And Western gorillas, as I talked about before, you can see their brown hue on their fur, and Eastern gorillas have this black hue. You can see that they don't have fur on their face, they don't have fur on their chest and abdominal areas, so as their hands and their feet. This is the conclusion of the presentation. My name is Christian Escobar, and thank you for watching.